Alright guys, Tetrabit here, back again today, and we finally actually have some Rostermania rumours, some proper stuff to talk about, some rosters, some full rosters that have been like leaked, revealed, not confirmed yet, but should be in the next couple of days, because everything has been kind of leaning in this direction, apart from one thing, which is actually a pretty interesting change that we'll go into. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you do, subscribe if you are new as always. And also before we begin, I wanted to mention that yesterday's video on whether 5v5 has been a success, because the comments were so indecisive, I made a Twitter poll, and the link to that will be down in the description box below, so you can go and vote for whether you would prefer this year's game to stay 5v5 or return to 4v4. Now, I won't reveal you what the results are so far. That might influence whether your decision of whether you want to go and vote in that poll, but yeah, it's quite interesting. There's been like 1,500 votes or something so far. There's a few hours left on it as of this video going live, so yeah, if you guys want to check that out and go and vote, hopefully it won't have ended by the time you're watching this, and maybe even drop me a follow while you're there. Lovely stuff. So let's get running in with the video here. So the interesting part is that CODburn actually did this post not that long before everything started kicking off. So I think CODburn is a little bit slow on this one this time around. The COD God 12 seems to be more in on the action. So he said the following: Pars is most likely leaving UYU, and I know this not to be true because the Drew, who's one of the very senior guys there, he came in my Discord and said that no, Pars isn't leaving. So I'm pretty sure you could discount this. E6 is dropping Diabolic and getting God RX, definitely could be true. And yeah, EG keeping fellow and something like that. This is all in around the bushes. We'll go into a couple of things in the seconds. And yeah, Brack is still going to denial, which is almost certainly true, because I was watching Rated stream. I'll show you a few clips from that in just a second here. Brack clutched a nasty 1v3 in league play, and Rated was like, "Oh man, I am chilling from now on," and he reckons his team's nasty, but we'll go into exactly what his team is in just a second. So a couple of other brief bits of news. We have Midnight finally announcing Gorgo Knight as their substitute for the CWL London event, of course, because Saints can't make it. And then we have this from Curtis Apoc Stocks. Today is the end of the Red Reserve saga. It's been 5 months on a roller coaster, another chapter for the book. All players are secure on playing for the rest of the year. Huge shout out to Zacta CEO who came to rescue at a critical moment. So obviously Curtis, if you don't know this guy, he's been around European Call of Duty, UK COD for absolutely donkey's years. He's friends with all the top European guys. CODburner reckons he's been working with the rich guy actually for the last few months. But yeah, obviously he's friends with the guys on Red Reserve, wants to get them the best situation possible. So seems like he's been working with them to try and secure something. Of course, Zacta was the guy who paid for their house for another month, so they didn't have to worry about that. Whether this is also implying, I mean, because obviously they paid for the house, but as it's rumoured right now, at least Rated and Joe, who are still in the house, are probably going to this denial team instead of the French guys on it. At least that's the current rumour. Seems very likely to me at the current time. So if that is the case, then it makes even more sense why, you know, Zach would do such a thing to help these guys out with their house. So you may take that as a little bit of an instrument. So I thought I'd shut up here and let you listen to a few clips from Rated stream last night. They're quite interesting regarding scraps, regarding, you know, Envious, regarding, of course, their new denial roster. So I took a few of these clips and yeah, I'm just going to play through them.
Matt didn't turn down Envy. Well, he just didn't want to... Matt and Desi have their problems. Matt didn't want to play with Desi. That's why Matt didn't go to Envy.
So this second one, in case you can't quite catch the wording at the start, he says, Matty going to be an open, that's referring to Scraps. Every time he says Matt, he's talking about Scraps, who of course has left him on this team, and they've definitely got a bit of beef, right?
Matty going to be an open? No, because I'm not a cunt. I'm not a cunt like Matt. I wouldn't leave people out of a job. I was in a relation with Scraps and Zero. Me and Trey never really liked each other for 2 years. But we just like dealt with it because obviously we're both really good, so, and me and Matt will never speak again, so. Why did Ban struggle this year? This isn't an excuse, but he always wanted to be a sub. He wanted to be an SMG. And he couldn't be an SMG in our old team because Matt and Trey, like, you just weren't fast enough with them two being as Maddox. So, yeah. Would you ever team with Scraps again if he begged you in the future? No. He knows that as well, and he wouldn't beg me either because he knows it just wouldn't happen.
Okay, so moving onwards, Denial. Over the next few days, we'll be making a few announcements in regards to our plan in certain games. As we look towards the future, we hope you do too. So yes, as I say, more rumours that Denial are going to be making a change here. It does seem very likely. Rated wouldn't explicitly say on his stream, but there is a clip in a second which will show you, from Zuma's perspective, what exactly is going on here. So now let's get into this FaZe roster. There was a lot of these going about yesterday because teams are finally starting to scrim with their new teams. We have a FaZe Clan versus Reciprocity scrim lobby right here. Asim, Celium, Zuma, Scraps, Zero. I don't know if you remember me talking yesterday about the potential that something was going on with this FaZe team because, Zero and Scraps were tweeting like mind blown, like, what is going on? Trey was like, I've been scratching my chin for like 11 hours or something like that. And it seems like Attach has either decided, or well, I think most likely decided, from what I'm pretty sure Rated says on stream, that he reckons that Attach has just decided to go back to Evil Geniuses. Clearly, JCab has pulled some sort of miracle over there once again and has persuaded Attach to go back and join with him. Obviously, they won Advanced Warfare Champs together. So it now seems like Asim is in this squad. So if we just have a quick look through the actual scrims lobby here, we have Asim, Celium, Zuma, Scraps, and then if we go to a little bit further on, we can see Treyboy Carty, that is indeed Zero. So that's the team, it does seem, at the current time. Obviously it hasn't been confirmed yet, I'll talk about it more in depth when it does, but it's interesting. I'm not overwhelmingly impressed on the surface. So then we have this from Zuma. Now, this tweet from CWL Intel is deleted because I'm pretty sure Zuma, when he gets these clips, he gets these clips clipped and then they go on Twitter, and then he doesn't really like that because maybe there's voices behind him behind the scenes saying he shouldn't do these kind of things. I don't know. This tweet's been deleted, but I took the screenshot anyway, so I guess you'll have to take the word for it unless you happen to see the clip. FaZe said Rated says FaZe's roster on stream, so Zuma said Rated's roster. Rated, Joe, Bant, Alex and Brack on Denial Esports as expected, and well, yeah, I honestly think this team's pretty damn good. Rated reckons it's better than his old team with Scraps and Zero instead of these guys, and honestly, in some world I can see it, because based on what he was saying in those clips, the internal chemistry was not good for potentially quite a while. And yeah, Alex and Brack are nasty players in their own rights, for sure. And Zero has not been, that good on this game, I guess, so far. So we'll have to see. I honestly have a fair few hopes for this team, but we'll talk about it more, of course, when it's announced. So we have another few clips too, or a few tweets to go through here. So we have Scrapsy, professional COD player 4, at, fill in the blanks, ladies and gents. Of course, he's doing loads of rumours. These guys are definitely on FaZe. There's no way he'd be baiting this hard. We also have this. So this is Envy's roster. So we have Decimate in a lobby with Hook and Aches. So yeah, can't see everything here, but it looks like 100 Thieves versus Envy scrim session. We've got Crowder the coach. We've got Decimate, Hook, and Aches from the Envy squad. We've got Kenny and Octane, Pogtane indeed, from the 100 Thieves squad. We also have this image of the Evil Geniuses roster, which has supposedly been leaked as well. So, of course, this looks like a Gen G versus Evil Geniuses scrim session. We have Joey Nubsy and Revan as the coaches. We then have Envoy, Morks, Maniac, and Nagafen. So we're looking for Havoc in here somewhere, who appears to have been up here. So we've crossed out his name as if that's going to work. And the alternate team, Phantoms, JCap, Attach, Apathy and Exotics. This is incredibly interesting. Apathy back to Evil Geniuses has of course been rumoured for quite a while. Attach seems to have just flip-flopped all over the place and has ended going back to Evil Geniuses. At least that is what the rumours imply. It's not like he was on EG the whole time. I think he did, it does seem like he was very much considering going to FaZe Clan, but of course we know that with all these things, they can change very quickly, especially when the transfer window is open so long. Phantom's finally getting an opportunity here. This is interesting because Attach is going to be using an SMG on this team, likely alongside Apathy. It does depend. I mean, Exotic could also use the SMG, but Attach has been using it in league play and stuff. So, we'll have to see. I'll talk about that team more, as I said, down the line. And yeah, just to briefly return to this, E-United, Red Reserve, Team Envious and Evil Geniuses are Pool C at CWL London. This is absolutely filthy because this spot's going to be going to the FaZe Clan guys. And yeah, NVEG, sheesh, that's going to be a bloodbath. So, COD Burner does a post, in effect confirming it. FaZe, Zuma, Scraps, Zero, Celium, Asim, EG, JCap, Apathy, Exotic, Phantoms, Attach. Attach could still go back to FaZe, but if lock was today, then this is it. I'm writing a behind the scenes post that might have to wait until after lock in case something changes again, but EG wasn't holding Attach, and that's all I'll say for now. So yeah, who knows? Of course, nothing's set in stone. We have just under a week left on this transfer window. So, well, we'll have to see. About 6 days remaining on it. Definitely things could still change, but of course, people really want to get things set in stone nice and early so they can start practicing for London. And then we have a very interesting turn of events before we end the video here. Elevate bought the EXG spot for 25k. Now we have this tweet from the Elevate CEO, which we need to centralize for you guys. Here it is. He does a nice tweet here of the CoD Champs trophy, and then, of course, supposedly, it's rumoured that he's managed to buy out this spot. So let's go back to the other thing just 1 second here. EXG bought out the spot has been bought out of EXG Sounds for 25k. They were one of the teams trying to get the red spot. That's interesting. Assault was for sure dropped, so this is off the Envy squad, but I don't think he will be free agent long, because he's not bad at this game and he's a good teammate. I'm hearing Paz is about to sign a new contract with UYU. He was only signed for a month or two. Okay, so that more updates me with what I've been hearing as well. Editing to say Zuma confirmed my other replies to comments on me saying Attach changed his mind. He did leave EG, but no beef. That's my guy. He does whatever he wants to do. That is what Zuma said on this post indeed here. So I think that's interesting. We've had several months in which teams could have potentially bought out the spot. Supposedly EXG were trying to sell their spot to like something like FaZe right at the start of the season, and they couldn't end up selling it. So now FaZe are buying Red Reserve spot, and maybe even Elevate are going to buy EXG spot. So it's a very interesting turn of events we're having right here. But yeah, leave your thoughts on this in the comment section below. What do you think about those teams on the surface? Of course, they could still change, and of course, I'll cover them in more detail when they are officially announced. So like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new as always. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you next time.
Hardpoint is secure.
Bam, they're everywhere, man. Who's watching middle? Just letting them get past.
I've got a dart and HE.
Yours, you have to push river.
I've got a dart and HE. Oh, why have I still got these streaks on there?
Oh my god.
Mid, two mid.
You guys push out.
He clustered mid. They're not going to push it. They're not pushing it. Someone, yeah, all of us just rotate. One stay.
Hardpoint located.
Whoever knows spawn really well, try and play spawn.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Yeah, I'll get the spawn time on.
No! Oh, I'll be shot in the back.
I'm hate shield.
Dart available.
Pretty sure I'm blocking the spawns.
Hardpoint is secure.
Full streak.
Yeah, he's got 2 on you.
Hardpoint locked down.
We spawned out, by the way. We spawned out.
Yeah, he came into the back and gun me. What do you? I'm gonna attack.
Nice. Mid.